Knew there was a rat sneaking about. Thought you could steal from the Countess, did you? Ta, save your whimpering. I'm not the one that decides your fate. That's in the hands of the Countess. Though if I were her, I wouldn't let you get away with things so easily.
All right, Volquin. I believe you have made your point. Look at her. She is a trembling mess.
Apologies, Countess. But we both know how important it is to keep out these greedy thieves.
I understand that. Though nothing will come out of scaring her to death. The obvious assumption is that she snuck in here to steal a bite of food more than anything. With the state of things at the moment, can we blame her? Would you not think to steal something yourself if you did not work for me?
Perhaps maybe.
I thought so. But enough of speaking as if she cannot hear us. You. I trust you have had a moment to recover from your shock. I am interested in hearing the reason why you're in the storage building amongst the newly attained foodstuffs. I could have guessed it had something to do with these new developments. With Count Rayer demanding more tribute from the common people, and thieves taking advantage of this period of disorder, necessities are harder to maintain. Desperation makes people do drastic things, such as daring to steal from Countess Jaeger herself. I don't require apologies. However, I do have a question. Will your presence at home be missed this evening? Do you have somewhere to be tonight? Brilliant. You will be taken to my estate. Why? We still have much to discuss. And truthfully, I would prefer having the discussion somewhere more comfortable than a storage room. Also, considering the state in which I found you, I think it's safe to assume you're famished. There, I can give you something more filling to eat than apples or heads of cabbage. Why would I do such a thing? Well, without making this more convoluted than it has to be, you need to be taken care of, and not with an iron fist. While I answer to Count Rayer, I'm not required to follow his exact methods with settling nearly everything. Some situations require a stern hand, while others do not. I believe your predicament lies in the latter. Now, come along. The manor isn't too far away, but it would still be best to take the horses. It will cut the travel time by at least half. Oh, do you know how to ride a horse? No? Well then, I suppose you will have to ride with me. What is with that look, Volquin? Don't tell me you think she's a hazard to my safety.
My lady, you may think I'm being overly cautious, but you know better than anyone that times are very strange in the kingdom. I will not let my guard down just because she looks so unassuming.
I thank you for your continued vigilance and protection. Though, in this matter, I think you are going a bit overboard. I feel I am best suited to taking care of her, and having her ride with me will allow us time to speak. No offense, Volquin, but I think riding with you or one of the others in my entourage would scare her to bits.
If you think so, my lady.
I do think so. All right, dear. Now that everything has been thoroughly discussed, follow along. The horse with the black coat is mine. Well, you would have to mount the horse first. I'm having you sit in front of me. That way I can be sure you won't accidentally fall off or do some other ridiculous thing. Do you need help getting in the saddle? With that nervous look of yours, I thought you might. Are you comfortable with me lifting you up onto the saddle, or is that too much? Oh, I can certainly lift you up. That won't be a problem. See? Effortless.
We should get going, Countess. Are you ready?
Ready. You are a fairly direct person, aren't you? I suppose I can attribute my strength to years upon years of hunting and archery. As most know, I was my father's only child. With no sons to take out to partake in such activities, he brought me out instead. Thank goodness I actually ended up enjoying all of it. Or else I imagine I would have looked back on large swaths of my childhood in a very negative light. However, I doubt you want to hear me ramble about my privileged lot in life. Look, just because I am Countess Jaeger doesn't mean you have to bend to my very whim. At the end of the day, I am simply a person. Like you. Like everyone else in Unterram and beyond. The only difference is the position I was born into. That is a roundabout way of saying you don't have to dull your opinions or preferences to make way for my own. Rumors will always spread amongst the populace over the sort of person I am. For the most part, people expect me to be cold, domineering, not as ladylike as I should be, just because I've spent more time in the woods than practicing my dance steps. Frankly, I'm not sure myself how much of them are true or not. I tend to keep myself busy making sure things run smoothly, instead of worrying over whether or not common folk are spreading useless drivel about me. I am sure that a good percentage of people blame me for their toils. They don't completely grasp everything I have a hand in. And I've learned that people tend to forget your previous acts of kindness when times like this are upon us. All I'm saying is, there is a stark difference in the situation of the common people in my domain when compared with the ones of those in Countess Altheus's. I am hardly speaking ill of Countess Altheus. I am simply pointing out that I believe she has made a severe misstep in the way she has dealt with the revolts within her lands. If you take that as me speaking ill of her, then there is nothing I can do about that. That grandiose place is my home. You are now one of the few to see House Jaeger with your own eyes. Not that it's some sort of significant feat. Why is the manor hidden amongst the forest? It is a bit strange in comparison to other houses, but it has a relatively simple explanation. Before Drachenfrey was a unified kingdom, House Jaeger thrived as renowned hunters. I suppose my ancestors thought it would be best for us to live close to the forest due to their skill set. That, or they thought themselves to be very intriguing and mysterious because they lived here. Regardless of the reason, the Jaeger family has always lived here.
We will tend to the horses, Countess. Go ahead and enter. I'm sure you want a moment of relaxation.
Thank you, Volquin. Oh, you got off the horse without any help. Nice work. Now, follow me in. Welcome home, Countess. Thank you for the warm welcome, Anna. Could you do a favor for me and put in a request for an impromptu light meal? My guest is hungry, and it would be unbecoming of me to invite her here, only to force her to wait for supper. Of course, my lady. I will speak with the kitchen staff and come back to you with an estimation of how long it will take. Do you or your guest require anything else? No. That will be all. In the meantime, we will be discussing something in the next room. Of course, my lady. You may sit if you wish. Worry not about getting the seat dirty. A chair is made for sitting in. I wouldn't have offered it if a little dirt offended me. There you go. Now, to business. So far, you've told me that your family's desperation for food pushed you to attempt to steal. Is that right? Tell me, what town are you from? Freyheim. That's a decently long journey from Wohlberg. Though, I suppose that is also a testament to your determination. Now, what happened to the goods that were distributed out to the citizens of Freyheim? They should have arrived around a week or so ago. Don't tell me the people have already run out of food. What do you mean your town never saw any of it? Who am I kidding? Of course they didn't. And only the gods know how many other times this has occurred. Well then, it seems my fears have partial confirmation. By that, I mean some of my subordinates aren't fulfilling my orders. Even if the shipments were stolen, I should have received a report about the incident, but I have no such thing. Tell me, dear, are you in the market for a job?